Hello friends, welcome to HTML video tutorial series. In the previous video tutorial, we understood that normally browsers display only one web page at a time. It is possible to display more than one web pages in a browser window at a time by dividing body section into different frames. Let me right click on the default.html page, open with the notepad. To divide body section into different frames, we need to take help of HTML frameset tag and HTML frame tag. To use frameset tag, we need to omit body tag. In place of opening body tag, we use opening frameset tag. In place of closing body tag, we write closing frameset tag. Frameset is a collection of frames or set of frames, you can say. There are two important attributes we have with respect to frameset tag. They are rows and calls. Rows attribute indicates rows and calls attribute indicates columns. We can give comma separated values to rows and calls attribute either in pixels or in percentage. Number of values indicate number of frames. You can see here we have three different values that indicates there are three different frames we want to create. Frame tag is a child tag of frameset tag. Frame tag is an unpaid tag. Name attribute with respect to frame tag indicates name of the frame used in an anchor tag, and src attribute with respect to frame tag indicates a web page to be displayed in a respective frame. You can see here we have created a frame set. Using the frameset tag, we created three different columns and each column is having one frame. So first frame 1 is going to be of 10% width of the browser window. Frame 2 is going to take 50% of the browser window, and frame 3 is going to take 40% of the browser window width. In the frame 1, we are going to display frame1.html. In the frame 2, we are going to display frame2.html. In the frame 3, we are going to display frame3.html page. I minimize this, right click on default.html page, open with the Firefox. You can see that we have frame 1, frame 2, frame 3. In the frame 1, frame1.html is getting displayed. In the frame 2, frame2.html is getting displayed. In the frame 3, frame3.html is getting displayed. In the frame 1.html page, the code is going to look something like this. I right click on the frame1.html page, open with the notepad. If you observe in the body section, we have text frame 1. That is what we are seeing here, text frame 1. Then we have a hypertext or a hyperlink with the name click me. You can see here it is showing click me, and what it does when we click on this hypertext click me, frame4.html page is going to get open in the frame 2. This frame 2 is the name of the target frame that we have in the frame set, frame 2. That is what we have done in the previous tutorial, right? We understood the importance of name attribute, src attribute also. In this tutorial, I am going to discuss nesting of frame set and how do we nest one frame set inside another frame set to create different layouts. Let me talk about that here. First thing what I do means I am going to delete all these frames so that we can start from scratch. I am going to remove all these content, delete, file, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see that we have a fresh default.html page, and it has, instead of a body tag, opening frame set and closing frame set. Now what I want is I want to create two different rows here. So to create two different rows, we know that we use rows attribute and then we can give value. Let's take first row is going to take 20% of the browser window, comma, then I put star, and of course the second row is going to take 80%. File, save, go to browser and refresh. At present nothing is happening, you can see. Let me add one frame to it. So here I am going to say frame, name is frame 1 bracket close, then src is equal to frame1.html double quotation / greater than sign. File, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see that browser has created frame 1 and in that it is displaying frame1.html page. This below section that you see here, frame, I have to make this one as a proper frame. Instead of using one more frame here, copy paste, instead of creating one more frame, this time I am going to take help of frame set. I am going to nest frame set, one frame set inside another frame set. Frame set. Here what happens means this frame 1 is going to be of 20% height and this frame set is going to take 80% height. File, save, go to browser and refresh. No change. And in this frame set, I am going to create two different columns. Calls is equal to 20%, comma, star. Hit enter. Here I am going to add one more frame. To this frame set I am adding one frame. Frame name is equal to frame2. src is equal to frame2.html double quotations / greater than sign. Now what happens here means this frame set, that is this below section, is going to be divided into two different columns. Here actually I haven't put the double quotation. Let me add that. File, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see we have frame2 created here as a column. You can use frame set, nest one frame set inside another frame set to create any layout like this. Next, in the next column I am going to say frame name is equal to frame3, src is equal to frame3.html double quotation close. File, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see now this time we have utilized nesting of frame set to create two rows. We created two columns in the below row. Quite simple, right? I suggest you people to try to create different layout by yourself. You can create a complete website, something like this. Here you can put the header. On the left hand side here you can put the navigation bar. This frame3 you can use for main content purpose, right? And one more thing you can observe here, that I can resize the frame size. You can see that I can resize. If you do not want to resize any frame, then all you need is you need to add another attribute to the frame tag, that is no resize. If you write like that, file, save, go to browser and refresh. This time if you try to resize, it will not get resize. Can you see that? Right. Similarly here also I can write in this place, here I can write no resize. File, save, go to browser and refresh. If you try to resize, they won't get resize. What I can do now means I can put some background color for all the frames. Let's take, I go here, right click frame 1, open with the notepad, and here I say BG color to orange. File, save, close, right click, open with the notepad. To this body I say BG color to green. File, save. I open frame3.html page, open with the notepad, and here I say BG color is equal to maybe white. Is it okay? File, save and close. This time if I refresh, check out what happens. You can see now we have here orange, here we have green color, and this is going to be the main content area. And now you can see we have understood what is no resize. Let me talk about border. With respect to the frameset tag, if you say here border, border equal to 0, 0 indicates no border and 1 indicates border should present, yes or no, like that. So 0 indicates no border. File, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see that now we don't have any borders for the frames. If you see this layout, it is quite similar to our profile that we have created. Right click, open with the Firefox, header, navigation bar, main content area, and down I have a footer here. I can create that also if we want, right? So quite interesting. You can see that frame sets are used for creating layouts also like this. So I can create one more frame below. I can copy this and paste it down for footer purpose. This is going to be frame 4. Here we display frame4.html page, and this is going to be no resize. And here of course I need to create 3 different rows, right? One for this, one for this, one for this. Here we have only 2 rows. So let me add one more row. The last row is going to be of 10% height of the browser window. File, save, and right click on default.html page, open with the Firefox. You can see that we have a last frame created. As we don't have any border, you can't observe that much. Let me put background color for frame4.html page. Open with the notepad. Here I say BG color. I say LIGHT, light BLUE, blue. File, save, close. And now if I refresh, this is how it looks, guys, right? And also we have understood that we can use Frameset for creating layouts like this: header, navigation, footer, main content. Here you can display various pages. On clicking the navigation links, you can display different pages in this place if you want. Hope you guys have understood how do we use nesting of frames, what is the meaning of no resize, what is the meaning of border attribute with respect to frameset tag. Note, one of the most important things you need to remember this. It is recommended that never use frameset tag while creating web page layouts or websites. Reason is, on small screen devices like mobiles, tablets, even on different devices of different screen resolution, web pages using framesets will get rendered in different way. Small screen devices won't support framesets in a proper way. Now, frameset tag is an outdated tag, guys. Yet, you need to have knowledge of these tags. That is the reason we are discussing about frameset tags. Many of the browsers won't support frameset tag, and you can check whether the browser supports the frameset tag or not. If it not supports, then we can use the body tag itself. And the way for that is simply in the frameset tag, okay, after once you have created the layout, you can use a tag called as no frames, and then you put closing no frames. That is a paid tag used for checking whether the frame set is supported or not on the specific browser. Then inside that you can mention body tag. You can use the body tag so that body can be rendered, body body, and there you can say this browser don't support frame set. Quite simple, right? File save. Now if I right click on default.html page, open with the Firefox, we can see the frame sets properly. There is no problem. I close this, right click default.html, open with Google Chrome. Here also we can see the frame set. That means Google Chrome also supports the frame set tag. Right click, open with the Internet Explorer. You can see that Internet Explorer also supports the frame set tag. But as I told, now frame set tag is an outdated tag, and it is recommended that never use frame set tag while creating websites or web page layouts. Hope you guys have understood what are the limitations or disadvantages of frameset tag. The main purpose of using frameset tag was to utilize the bandwidth in an efficient manner. That is, we can divide the variable and constant contents. We can divide dynamic content and constant content separate, and we can put the constant contents in some frames so that they need not be rendered again and again. Only dynamic content can be rendered as and when required. But frame sets are not good, as I told. For this tutorial, this much is enough, friends. In the next tutorial, we get more information on HTML. For more benefits, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to like, comment and share these videos with others so that everyone will get benefited. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.